10 seconds remaining.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we go, game number 1 of our final series of the day. And we have Mad Lads taking on Going In, also known as Crips for Life. I don't know what that's about. Anyways, we got this game 1 of this best of 3 coming at you, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. This is a quarterfinal matchup here for the MDL European Qualifier coverage. Again, the MDL Major, that is. So, obviously, a lot is on the line. Ultimately, only one of these teams will be qualifying for the Major. And, again, this is a quarterfinals. It's single elimination. You have 6 teams actually remaining. You got these two going at it. It'll be OG versus Double Dimension on the other side. The winner of this series will move on to play Singularity. The winner of the other series moves on to play Team Kingwin. So, those are the 6 teams remaining. Again, one of these 6 will be advancing on to the Major event. I'm BreakyCPK, going to be your host. Obviously, a little bit of a break there. We did have a case where DNZ, I guess you can call them as here too, but team Going In, we were waiting on one player for a while, finally showed up, and just in time, because the admin was about to start issuing some penalties there. So, good thing we got started on time, and thus we got a clean series ahead of us here. So, Mad Lads, the roster that is, again, an impressive roster of sorts, no doubt. But they had a fairly disappointing group stage. Now they are coming off the 2-0 victory over Team Moriarty to get to this point. In fact, that was even earlier on today. So, we'll see how they match up here. But Going In, team formerly known as Penta Sports for the most part, so expecting big things out of them as well. We got a first pick Sanking for Mad Lads and a quick response of a Naga Siren so far. Naga Siren Disruptor is, as usual, a very strong combo support duo. So maybe something that that they're looking at here on the Dire side. The initial bans, by the way, a couple of curious ones. We had Visage, Omni Knight, Viper bans, and then Elder Titan, Terrorblade, Gyrocopter. So, yeah, a couple of heroes standing out right there. Visage, for one, you know, that's one of those very much respect bans. I think it's a very safe assumption that Going In has been running a little bit of Visage lately. That's the only reason you would see that ban initially. I will say also, these two teams did play in the group stages, and actually Going In won both of those games, 2-0. Pretty decisive fashion, it looks like. Both were about 30 minutes long. One of those games they actually did run Visage as well, so maybe a bit of a flashback happening there from Mad Lad. So understandable when you look at it that way. They're going to go Ancient Apparition with their second support, so they stay away from Disruptor. There's also, you know, we would have Bane on the table still, etc. But pretty much every other support option's there, of course, with the initial bans being as they were. But they choose Ancient Apparition. Maybe also a takeaway potentially from Mad Lads, but a strong support in his own right for what he can do. And Tiny is going to be the second pick for Team Mad Lads. So getting a strong core. Of course, we've actually been seeing a bit of Tiny today in general. He's been in most of the games, I want to say, that we have casted, at least so far today. So now into the next tier of bans. We have the Dire team. Probably they still need to support on Mad Lads, aka Cinderin's hero over there, so definitely could expect at least one of those to be banned, if not a couple. Witch Doctor still on the board. Something like that. Disruptor could still potentially be strong. Bane, as mentioned before. So any of those heroes wouldn't be surprised. Or maybe just don't ban any of them because they're all good for their own right. So what's the point, right? So they take out Abaddon for now. Interesting banning stage here in this game. And then they ban Bounty Hunter. It is a hero that that Cinderin does have history playing quite a bit. We saw it, in fact, in the series against, it was Moriarty versus Mad Lads. Both of those games, Bounty Hunter was actually banned as well. So
10 seconds remaining.
Going In.
5
working
seconds
off that idea.
remaining.
Lifestealer, the initial ban for Mad Lads. I'm thinking of somebody else to take away. Do you ban something like an Enigma here? Because you already have the Naga Siren set up. And I don't know if they're known for playing Enigma by any means, but it's something you have to be a little bit scared of. Now, I will say Naga Siren, they did run an Earthshaker with the Naga Siren in the series in the group stages against them. So that, I don't know if you're banning Earthshaker necessarily, but that That is something. In fact, they also ran Lifestealer. So Mad Lads is they ran Visage, Lifestealer, Naga Siren, Bane, Earthshaker. So we see two of those heroes already banned, the Visage and then now the Lifestealer. They're going to take away Juggernaut as well. It's just one of those all-around, always kind of good core options here. So now back over to going in.
Dusk.
Whoa, that's a curveball. Because that means we're going to see a core Naga Siren instead. And we did see the core Naga Siren in the group stages with OG, actually. Go figure, No-Tail ended up running it. And granted, it wasn't a losing effort. It was actually against Team Moriarty. That was the Game 3, if I'm not mistaken, where Moriarty actually won that. And that's where they defeated OG 2-1. So, but a core Naga Siren is... It almost feels weird to say this, but yeah, it's just not as relevant nowadays. Usually you just pretty much assume it's going to be that support Naga, but not the case here. At least I'm going to assume, I mean, unless they run like an offlane Tusk with still the position for Naga Siren, I guess that is possible, but it definitely would be pretty unique.
Radiant team pick.
Shadow Shaman. All right, we got a snap pick here. Venomancer. Wow, this is a lot of damage over time potential. Venomancer though.
Dire team ban.
And then a pretty quick Phantom Lancer. So we really all of a sudden picked up here between these two teams. This does feel like actually a really strong PL game so far, especially now with the Venomancer. The Doppelganger is going to be useful. His illusions right now are going to
10 seconds remaining.
Survive. The
5 seconds
damage to
remaining.
kill off the illusions constantly is not the greatest from the Dire side. So, yeah, the idea of the Phantom Lancer pick making a lot of sense. And now we have some final bans coming out, but Venomancer as a core to go with the what we figure is going to be the Naga Siren here so far, and that probably it could potentially I don't know. I mean this draft can go all sorts of places. They could run a Venom mid with the Naga safe lane and final pick an off lane. They could offlane Tusk, like I said, with the Naga support, Veno safe lane and get some mid hero. I mean they could Veno off lane, Naga Siren safe lane, so they still need their mid here. I mean, there really is a lot of options. If I had to truly guess, I would probably say it's going to be Veno off with a Naga Siren in the safe lane, and now just finishing with their mid.
Remaining.
But Timbersaw so far seems like potentially a pretty good pick for going in, actually. And he could also just be a nice compromise as well, so no matter how you want to run your cores, they can kind of adapt to the lanes. They ban Leshrac, interesting. That's one of those insight bans where they've played against each other plenty, I'm sure.
Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah, the Broodmother ban on the other side would have definitely been very annoying. We already talked about how they're not the greatest at clearing the illusions of Phantom Lancer, so Broodmother's Spiderlings would have been extra annoying too. Where does Mad Lads go here? They still need their mid option, you figure. Unless they want to run maybe the tiny mid. Get the Keizu hero. Trying to think who potentially would be good.
I speak
and the Naga matchup. Okay, they go Nature's Prophet. So the question is that a Keizu Nature's Prophet, or is it going to be a Keizu Tiny with maybe the Qualifier on NP? No, they wouldn't. Yeah, so it's probably going to be a Keizu NP.
10 seconds remaining.
It could even potentially be a safe lane Tiny with a mid Phantom Lancer.
Sven stands.
We're going to go Sven, the final pick, though. All right, it's in that cleave. They definitely get a way to take care of not only all the PL illusions, but also Nature's Prophet minions with the Tree Army. So, like the Sven pick, it's a decent mix of magic and physical damage on Mad Lad's side, but overall the Warcry will be nice too. So it is going to be Keizu on the Nature's Prophet. Yeah, Qualifier going to be playing Tiny. And Madara getting his hands on Phantom Lancer. On the other side, what do we have? It's going to be DNZ on Tusk. So Boogie. So, okay. Offlane Naga Siren. Boogie's the one playing Naga here.
10 seconds.
That really goes back to the diversity of this line. Wait, really? So they're going to run an offlane Naga instead of maybe the offlane Veno. RMN, their usual mid player, currently has the Venomancer queued up. So unless we see some last-second changes, that is going to be interesting. If it goes by who the player's playing it, we're going to have a Veno versus Tiny mid. We'll have Naga Siren up against the PL in that safe lane over there. I assume Naga Siren's going to get some kind of support, right? He's going to get support from the Tusk or maybe even the Ancient Apparition. Probably the Tusk.
Prepare for battle.
All right, here we go. Game number 1 of our final best of 3 of the day. And the winner advances on to play Singularity in the semifinal. Singularity, they're coming out as the victors of Group A after defeating both Double Dimension as well as Team Moriarty. Right now, just going to call them DNZ because that's what they're tagged up as. Anyways, they're all 5. Oh, man, that's a big chilling touch right there. They're going to catch Cinder in, and he might as well say goodbye to his family here. He's dead. They can just pick and choose who they even give the first blood to pretty easily. Armin will get credit. Yeah, he did not have any clue to expect that. Great smoking to start here for the Dire side, and you just see that chilling touch apply to Everett. That's so much damage that's being assisted. Obviously completely unnecessary there, but a lot of value out of that. So just like that, a 1-0 start.
The battle begins.
For the Dire team. They are going to... Oh, they might get 3 bounty runes, actually. Oliver's going for this one. Smart play. Yeah, they're going to get 3 bounty runes. So 3 for 1. Mitch, though, on Ancient Apparition is going to be picked off, it looks like. Kizu, credit for the kill. So a bit of trading going on here. Ancient Apparition runs into the trap on the uphill. And, all right, the lanes are coming about now. It's going to be Nature's Prophet with Sand King up here. So bottom lane, Naga Siren. DNZ in the area. But he's rotating more towards the middle lane now, it looks like. I'm going to get my stream banned. I might as well go away. Got some Rasta action. Phantom Lancer. PL's, of course, heading towards the safe lane. You have Tiny Indeed in the middle. I see Venomancer with that jaw moving up and down. And we're going to pause. All right, there you go. So Kizu's returning. So again, guys, final series of the day. The other quarterfinal match will be OG versus Double Dimension, and that's going to be our first match tomorrow, actually. So tomorrow will be that, and then both semifinals, and then on Sunday will be the grand finals, where it is going to be a best of 5. Again, especially with that major spot on the line. So yeah, these qualifiers I keep going back to. It is a really open qualifier, and there's several reasons for that. You know, one of the bigger ones being the fact that Liquid not only wasn't invited, but they're choosing not to compete in this event, so they would have gotten invited, so they probably wouldn't have had to worry about them. But you have teams like the Final Tribe is currently busy at GESC. I know Alliance is busy at the WESG event, or, well, they were. They got knocked out pretty quickly. But the point is, they're not competing in this event, so you do have a couple of these teams that you would expect to be playing in such an event, not necessarily here. So, Keizu, by the way, going on top lane as I'm rambling on. All right, looks like they shard blocked him in, and goes without saying what happened. He was by himself for the time being. Sand King off to the side.
Oh, now.
But here we go again. We're zooming on with game number 1, so already a 2-1 start now. Bottom. They're going to net up Naga Siren here, but no kill coming out. Just going to apply some good damage. Force him to pop some of that regen. He still has a salve on him even though, so. Naga Siren for now looking pretty good. He does have that high natural armor. So not the easiest, to zone out effectively. And I mean, between Rasta and Phantom Lance here, they got some okay magic damage. Yeah, Naga so far, Boogie, he seems like he's feeling pretty comfortable in that bottom matchup. But Venomancer versus the Tiny. Tiny 6-4, Venomancer currently 5-2. Obviously very early on in the game, but yeah, our man gonna harass. Level 2 Poison Sting is picked up. He's gonna do some good damage here, Act. This might be a kill. Avalanche stops him a little bit. He needs 2 more auto attacks. He gets 1. I don't think it's gonna be enough, yeah. Even with the second one, it might not have been enough. And he's going for the regen, but no! Biryu's going to pick it up first, actually, and now Aramid's in trouble. Sand King, can he get a Burrow Strike? It's level 1. He cannot. A little too far. The range on Burrow Strike at level 1 is so short. So he chooses not to even try for it, understandably. Yeah, Naga Siren just pulling the creep wave, and Shadow Shaman's coming over. Could shackle him here, you figure. Yeah, shackle him, take some more damage. Remember, they did nerf the shackles, though, a little bit ago, where it wasn't the damage nerf, I want to say. It's not as much damage now at the earlier levels. So he even popped a salve and heals back up to full. So Cinnamon doing some damage, but not nearly enough to keep him away. Back to the top lane, Keizu. Snowball in, that's a dead Nature's Prophet once again. TP coming in from Sand King, but just way too late. And Nature's Prophet finding himself in a tough spot. Up at the top lane. See him use his, well, spawn into more trees. He actually has his teleportation. I was going to say, a little bit surprised he didn't maybe teleport to the middle lane. I don't know what was going on, if it's on cooldown or if he's just too distracted or whatever, but you know, trying to maybe kill the Viper. But whatever the case, unable to. Or Venomancer, I didn't say Viper. Viper was last game. They both do poison attacks, basically the same, right? Maybe a bounty rune pickup from Buryu. Shard block is not going to work. Sven, though, he's having pretty much free farm up here. And he also has the 1 kill and 1 assist to work off of. Curious to see how he builds this game.
Take heed.
You also got Venomancer playing the mid role. It's not often we really see that nowadays. Another kind of curious question is, what is he going to go for? Does he go more for the initiation, R-heavy even, or does he, dare I say, go for right-click? I mean, we had that phase there for a little bit where you would see heavy right-click build coming out from Venos. Don't think that's going to be the case here. If I had to guess, I would expect more of that, you know, even something like Hooded Defiance, but eventually something like an Ags and Blink. Kind of just be that Poison Nova Bomb for the team. Force Staff, of course, always useful. So we'll see. Then you have Naga Siren in the offlane. Another kind of curious hero/role and what to expect with her when it comes to her build. Building up the Arcane Boots already, so maybe just going to be more the R-heavy. Mech into Guardian Greaves even. Solar Crest, etc. Top lane, Ancient Apparition. Goes down the Ice Vortex, run a little bit faster, but it might not matter in the end. Oliver is nearby with a War Cry, and it will matter because he survives. And he pops a salve just to make sure. He'll on up. So not enough of a chase from the Radiant team, and they knew if they went too far there with the tower, that was going to be a risky maneuver. Bottom lane, Nagasaran will go down, though. The Shackles into the Ether Shock, and Phantom Lancer able to apply plenty of assisted damage to make that kill happen. Phantom Lancer.
Double damage.
Power Tread's coming. I assume we're just going to see us straight into a Diffusal Blade for him. I don't know if the Battle Fury days still exist on a hero like PL. Again, there was an illusion nerf especially. It's Tusk. He's probably dead here. Well, Sand King actually cancels his TP. But that's probably because he figured they had to kill anyways. Yeah, he just stays at the top lane, soak up some more experience. They don't need him. Bottom lane, whoa. Naga's Sleep coming out as Phantom Lancer's really deep, and now the Poison Nova as well from Venomancer. Here on top of that, Phantom Lancer doesn't have another Doppelganger for a while. He's going to be shard blocked even in as well. He cannot finish off Boogie in response. He goes down. The Nagasaran Sleep, as he usually does, sets up a response from the Dire team. And now Oliver is going to pop God Strength to push the top tower. Sand King, not much he can do by himself.
Structures are fortified.
Leave it down the creep wave, has the siege creep with him, of course. Gonna deal some great damage to the tower. May not kill it just yet. As Qualifier, he just walks off. Oh, back to the top lane. Sven was eventually caught, actually. Looks like Nature's Prophet rotating and sprouting on up, and Madara TPing up here as well. So did not fall back in time. Again, got some good damage on the tower, but enough to put it in deny range. And Cinnamon will finish the job for the deny. So actually it works out pretty well here. That is for the
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
for the Radiant side. Sorry guys, I do see a little bit of a hiccup every now and then happening, so I'm just trying to make sure to
loaded to the gills.
Make sure that doesn't happen.
Some
setting changes here. Anyways, back to the game. Tusk, Wrath of Nature, hear that going off. Dealing some good damage. Tusk running away from the illusion. Bottom lane, they're collapsing on his Sven. They just killed him at the top lane, now he's bottom. Popping God Strength again, trying to push this bottom tower, but Oliver's pretty greedy. He's by himself here. He's going to be blocked by Nature's Prophet. Good job with the minions. He's like, screw it, I'll just kill these damn things. And he does just that. He gets some nice farm out of it, too, before eventually backing off in full.
Mere coin.
And Madara is, surely enough, going to be going the Diffusal Blade. Oh, just had a complete brain fart there. Sand King, Arcane Boots being worked on first. So no Blink Dagger for a bit. Speaking of that, Tiny, okay, he has a Shadow Amulet. Trying to go the Shadow Blade here first instead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nagasaran, well, there's our answer. She's actually farming very well. Let's take a look at the net worth. Yeah, pretty well for Boogie right here. Almost 10 minutes into the game, 3,700. Gonna go Meteor Hammer. Arcane Boots into the Meteor Hammer. Again, one of the heroes right now that I don't want to call it a core item on her, but if you're gonna see it, probably has the highest potential to be picked up. Sven, meanwhile, gonna take out this Ancient stack. I don't think any support stacked for him actually, so gonna all go the way of Sven as pops a salve even just to really make sure to live there. That's clear. Building into the SNY with the Mask Madness finished. And Venomancer going to go the 4-staff first. Poison Nova coming out as Madara just jumps on RMN. TP in from Nature's Prophet, but not the best angle, unfortunately. Still might not matter. It's just Madara's doing enough work. Another Spear lands forward to get a charge back in with the Phantom Rush and gets the kill. So Keizu was there for moral support as Madara finishes the job. Well played. To be fair, I guess it technically prevented Venomancer from trying to juke in the trees. So you can look at it that way. A good rush down, and now going to turn their attention to the top tower. There you go.
Top tower has fallen.
Jeez, this is a massive stack here. He just got finished with the triple stack Ancient Bottom. This is what, that's at least a quad stack, right? So looks like Nagasiren stacked it too, so she's gonna benefit from it as well. Oh, that was okay. I didn't even wait to shrine. Oliver, he's just putting out more of a stack though in the jungle. Treants are nearby, but this Sven is massively farmed. 6,000 net worth now. At least one of the components of the SNY going to be finished here soon. So good play, good teamwork even from the Dire team. But
I'll take your
Mad Lads also has things going for them pretty well. You got Shadow Blade finished now in Qualifier. Mentioned Phantom Lancer. The Diffusal Blade is being delivered. Where is it? Yeah, it's finished. Drums are going to be coming out as well. In fact, Qualifier charging it with the Shadow Blade. Waiting for somebody to show that somebody's Ancient Apparition. Yes, he's going to get hit. Ancient Apparition just figured he'd poke in, at least harass a little bit. He gets the Ice Blast off as he dies, but doesn't really matter. That's going to wear out pretty quickly. The Rasta wards are put down as well. Level 1, of course. Going for that mid-tier 1 tower. Tiny, he's trying to find an angle, catch DNZ here on Tusk. Meanwhile, top tower is being pushed up by Phantom Lancer, so a good split here by Mad Lads.
Is under attack.
Mostly people call them summons? What? I've always called those minions. Any kind of minions like Eidolons and Treants and stuff, I've literally always used minions. And I know I've heard other casters use that for sure, guys. Come on. Overreact much? Jeez. At least I'm not calling these guys champions, okay? Come on. Give me some credit here. Shadow Shaman? He's dead.
I joined the great gone by.
Cinnamon was on a mission to see what was going on, and he found out.
Come to me.
So Yasha's the first item choice for Sven there. And the Sage queued up still. Meteor Hammer is finished on Nagasiren and does have a song ready to go. See if he gets that combo off. Madara, though, pushing top lane is going to probably get some kind of response. In fact, Nagasiren's setting up. Oh. They ping her out. They know that she was coming. There's the ensnare. Nice doppelganger to destroy it, though. The sleep does connect, though. The Ice Blast's not going to hit. But they're going to set this up. Out comes the Meteor Hammer, channeling down. Going to connect on Phantom Lancer, but here comes Qualifier now. Boogie was by himself this whole time. He did not get the responses he hoped for. Sven is getting here way late, so they lose an Nagasiren and RMN now. Having to be careful here. He activated his Poison Nova. And the rest of Mad Lads will run away. Bottom lane, Buryu left behind, and he must have, I'm guessing he canceled the TP of Sven. So I don't know if that's kind of what happened, if just a distraction down there or what, but it took forever. It was only Venomancer assisting Nagasiren for the longest time.
I'll take that.
Yeah, Meteor Hammer, it can be strong, but it's not going to get you a solo kill. That's for sure.
Ujan.
Sven, though, continues to reign on top as far as net worth goes. Just about finished with that SNY.
Warriors of the wood.
Nature's Prophet, how's he doing? He's got his drums. Not the prettiest game for KZ here with farm, but he's all right. Power treads, drums, 1,500 gold saved up, actually. Looks like he's thinking about a pipe, which, yeah, again, you're dealing with a Venomancer on the other side, a core Venomancer, so pipe's always going to be a good option. Middle lane, that's a dead. Maybe not. Oh, that's a dead Nature's Prophet as well. Sven, or Sven more so. Sand King going down right there. Sven jumps in. Shadow Shaman is going to fall. Nature's Prophet, he gets here pretty late. What a turn. Tusk did end up dying as the roster wards are put down. Oliver, though, the toss, not going to finish him just yet. The Warcry, he's going to be activated once again. Has some nice speed. Koikfa has another toss in 2 more seconds. If they keep vision here somehow, they can maybe still make this happen, but they're not going to. Koikfa's still hunting. He wants his kill. He's not going to get it. What a turn initially from Oliver right there, popping the God Strength into the cleave auto attacks. He's able to drop at least Sand King right away. The fact that Tusk lived there initially was pretty crazy.
Loaded to the gills.
So Nature's Prophet does have that Hooded Defiance now finished. A 3-man smoke gank here from the Mad Lads. Koikva leading the way. Oh, they put their own sentry down. So Nagasar's pinging the area, says that they saw something there. Tusk, he's going to get jumped, though. This time he's not living initially. Song, Nagasar has it, not going to use it just yet. Out comes the Ice Blast, it does connect on 2. Oliver, God Strength, running after Koikfa. Net onto Nagasar, and though in the backlands, Rasta just being a distraction. He'll end up dying, but kind of did his job. Medara's charging in. There goes the Song, though. Ambitious play. Will this work out? They know Tiny's here. Here comes the Meaty Hammer. Rain in front of the sky. Stun on a Tiny. Tiny's going to fall. As a result, he gets the avalanche off, but it might not matter. Nice destroy from Madara right there on the Storm Hammer by Nature's Prophet. He can't run away for too long. He's going to be run down. Too much of a slow coming out of the Dire team. Madara keeping his distance, just sending in illusions. It's just him and Sand King. It's a big fight for the Dire side. See that gold swing in their favor, about 1,500 in total. Speaking of that, take a look at the net worth graph. It's not been too dramatic either way. Win probability continues to be in favor of the Dire side, actually. It has not dipped in favor of the Radiant side yet. Interesting. Wow, in fact, it just really jumped up, 72 to 28%. They must like the value of this Sven quite a bit. And with what he's doing this game. He's got his blink. Does he get BKB next? How much of a priority is that this game? It feels like he's been having an okay time getting to people so far. But, yeah, you can't just bank on that always happening. He is going to go for it. Madara's on point with these doppelganger dodges. And actually going to turn on a Tusk there, so well played. Ice Blast is going to hit him. But no one really nearby to do anything about it. So he'll be fine. Bottom lane, Koikfa. He thought he had some free push right here. He did not. Gets jumped, God Strength activated, but well worth it. Good port in as well from Boogie to net him up. This time Madara might have bit off a little bit too much than he can chew. The wards are down, but with Sven is here. No more God Strength anymore. Madara running after RMN. Poison Nova already activated though. The Shackle's locking on Oliver for now, but eventually wearing off. So RMN's getting very low in the backlands. Wrath of Nature going through. Not enough to finish him though. He's picking him out. It looks like Nature's Prophet might TP in. Yeah, Case is going pretty deep right here. Did he go too deep, though? Maybe. They turn onto him as soon as he gets in, and he's realizing this is a poor decision. The Hex, though, on his bed. Maybe it was the B plan all along. Out comes the epicenter from Burger. In the meantime, the Shackles, that's the longest Shackles I've ever freaking seen, and it gets the kill on his Sven. As a result, locking him down long enough, so Casey does fall, but he baits out for 2 kills in the end. And a top tier 1 tower most likely also going to be happening. Bottom lane, Qualifier going to jump Boogie. Boogie does have a song. Will he activate it for this?
Top tower
No, he just ensnares, and he's going to TP.
Dire's middle tower is under
Maybe.
attack.
Qualifier. No, he's not.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
No
attack.
avalanche there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mitch, he's found. Just Prophet with Phantom Lancer. Madara's played a hell of a game. He's 6-1-3 right here. He's been fun to watch. Just when you think he's overdoing it as far as pushing a lane, and looks like we saw before here, he clearly knows his limits. He's gonna go on a Tusk now. Phantom Lancer TP's in. No Poison Nova just yet, though. Not much you can do right here other than Gale. Oh, but set up once again. But do they really have a follow-up? God Strength is ready. No, they do not.
Radiant's middle tower is
That was
under
more
attack.
of a, we want to help people get away. That seemed like one of those Boogie thought they were ready to go, but the team made the call after the fact that they weren't. So decided to back off with it. So it's going to be on cooldown now for 100 seconds. And the Radiant team knows they have a pretty good opening, so they're going to take advantage and go for Roshan. Even dropping the level 2. Yeah, level 2 roster wars now, which he does have an Aetherless, by the way. We didn't see the crazy shackle. They do not want to give this up, though, but without the Sun, that's risky. 3-man set up the backlands from Burger to start on top of the Avalanche combo. Then Nagasar just kind of ran right into them. He's going to end up falling most likely. The Riptide doing some damage in return. The Pipe keeping him alive for the time being. Now comes the epicenter, though, sitting on top of Sven. Madara turns his attention. They're going to kill Oliver. Yes, they take him out. The cleave attack's not going to be enough. Venomancer also going down. Desperate play coming out from the Dire side. Does not pay off. They're going to lose the Aegis as Madara picks it up on Phantom Lancer. Naga Siren, she was almost playing like she had a sleep right there. And she clearly did not. So not only do they lose 2 cores, but they lose the Roshan in the end. They don't get anyone out of it.
Dire's middle
And you have now 7,000 net worth lead. Look at this swing all of a sudden in favor of the Radiant team.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower.
How about that win
has
percentage
been
change?
denied.
Going quite the other direction. Tusk, he's probably dead still. Going on one of the minions. Haha, triggered. Tusk is dead.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has
So
fallen.
PO, how close is he to the heart? 2,600 gold, still a ways away. The casual Hooded Defiance
Dire's
too,
bottom tower
as
is
he
under
buys a
attack.
Reaver right there. Love the casual Hooded Defiance dealing with the Venomancer on the other side. Qualifier, meanwhile, finds a free kill on Ancient Apparition. But yeah, you got that on top of the pipe from Nature's Prophet. So it's no wonder that every time you see Madara in these fights, he just has so much life constantly.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Here we go, bottom lane push. Wards are down from Rasta again. Ancient Apparition up in 5. He will have the Ice Blast. Naga sleep. It's ready, I'm guessing. It is. He's going to use it right here. They catch Phantom Lance in a pretty upward spot. Wait for the Meteor Hammer channel. Clearing out the creep wave. Here we go. Meteor Hammer coming down. Who are they going for? They're going for Case, who has the focus fire. Madara, then they get the Hex up on his Sven. Sven eventually comes out pretty quickly, though. He's going to be stopped by the Avalanche, trying to do what he can, but he's being locked down throughout this whole fight. And Madara is too much to handle. Down goes Sven. He buys back immediately. Tusk is getting low as well. The buyback on Nature's Prophet, by the way, as he eventually was killed off, but that Venomancer and the Poison Nova is doing plenty. See Madara going deeper, wants to kill RMN. He's not going to do that. The Aegis, though, will be popped right here. He went pretty deep for this, has to be careful. Tusk Obviously buying back with the Sven. Madara, can he get out of here? Doppelganger backwards. The snowball connects, though. Madara's in trouble now. And this time probably going to end up going down. He's all of a sudden by himself. Indeed he will. Too much of a commitment from Mad Lads. Now again, they got out multiple buybacks, including one on Sven. So that is good news for the Radiant side still. But a hold is successful at the same time for our Dire team. And again, KZ also bought back on the Nature's Prophet. He was the focus fire. Interesting choice there by the Dire team to go for him of all the targets. He is honestly pretty tanky. With the pipe, he has, you know, you're looking at, what, 26 armor. Right there as well, he does have the plus 10 armor talent. So he did survive a fair amount of that. And you could tell maybe took a bit longer than they were hoping for. Siren, she's fine. Has her own pipe. Let's take a look at that death summary. Sven doing most of the damage, no surprise.
Radiant are scanning.
Naga Sleep is back up.
Dire are scanning.
Have some level 20s coming up soon. In fact, Phantom Lancer the first one to hit it. Picks up the 500 Phantom Rush range. Even more distance to work with here. Venomancer, Axe picked up. So as I was mentioning earlier, really, that's the kind of the role he's playing this game. The big Poison Nova bomb. The fact that he doesn't have a Blink Heal is a little bit surprising, but he prioritized the Forest Staff, which of course is fine. He is going to go back to a Blink Dagger now. Yeah, getting to jump in and get the ideally 5-man Poison Nova off is pretty important here. These fights, Sven still no BKB, just about finished at least, just needs the recipe. Or as some may call it, pattern. Triggered. And he basically just about has it, so. Before next fight, good to go.
That's exact.
Smoke in the middle lane, though. 4 heroes, definitely not seen by the Dire team. The only one not with them is Nature's Prophet, which, of course, he can TP in if need be. That's a fake. They should know that. Apparition. Feels like something's on. Madara goes in with some illusions. Doppelganger forward. Making the Dire team almost panic right there. So I was trying to get the items to show. Hey, no BKB priority just yet, at least on the Radiant side. So the workaround of the song, perhaps, but overall not too concerned. Gotta say that the song setups have not been the best result, frankly. So, you know, just not feeling like they really need to worry about it too much, maybe. This Phantom Lancer now with the heart picked up. Talk about being tanky. If they catch Madara here, Sigil has got all the illusions at least. Know he's in the area. Tiny's here as well. They catch Tiny with the Sentry in the Invis. Oliver is going to think about going in. Yeah, he does it with the God's but out comes the counter with the Epicenter as well. Naga, she cannot get her sleep off. She's going to be hexed up in the midst of the fight. The wards are down. The shackles are locked in the Naga Siren. She can't get the sleep off the whole time. Oliver, he's blocked in the trees. Meanwhile, from Ninja's Prophet. Boogie, he's still alive. Can he somehow get the song off? No, he cannot. He goes down dead for 60. No buyback. A look at the kite here from the Radiant side. They're kiting Sven the whole time. He's going to fall. The whole team is dead. 5-0. In favor of Mad Lads. Oh, Cinderin changes it. He makes it a 5-1. He buys back immediately, though. Why the hell not? They know this is a huge opportunity to push now. No buyback on Sven. That's the biggest key. But it's only Venomancer that has even the option. And what can he do by himself, really? So this at least should be one set of racks,
under attack.
if not more.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
You got to give credit to Cinnamon there on Shadow Shaman. Not only locking down the Naga Siren initially, as much as he did between obviously Tiny's Avalanche and whatnot, and Burrow Strikes Down was great. But then also the Nature's Prophet. I mean, really, credit to everyone. The Crockett Show was fantastic on Mad Lad's side. Both Sven and Naga Siren could not even control their heroes even.
Dire's bottom barracks has
So they
fallen.
get melee bottom. People are
Dire's
resurrecting.
middle tower is
Venom's
under
up in
attack.
2. But the all-important Sven is not up for another 30 seconds. A blink purchase by Venomancer. No Poison Nova just yet, though. 40 more seconds before that's coming out. So they're going to lose mid-tower.
Dire's middle
Yeah,
tower
without
has
Sven,
fallen.
Madara knows they just really can't jump him. There's no chance. So that's going to be
Dire's structures
easily
are
the mid-racks going down, too. Fortification finally coming out. Or not. No, he's playing actually a little safe here. Okay, so Sven is going to be back up, so never mind. Falls back,
Dire's
plays it
top
very safe.
shrine is under attack.
But they got the bottom, of course. Going to turn their attention to shrines now. 33 more 100 gold saved up on PL, so now even a butterfly is just about finished for him.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
Invisibility. The seeds of fortune.
Mere coin.
Aeon Disc, interesting. Picked up by Sand King right here. So you're making sure that if he happens to get caught, Aeon Disc will save the day.
Radiant are scanning.
Arcane Rune into a Roshan. Yeah, they're going to God Strength with this. Chance Buryu's actually going to get caught, though. There's that Aeon Disc. And there it goes.
Merge with the sand. Rogue Knight claims another.
Sand King's dead for 50. What a find for the Dire side right there. And that's going to transition into what really should be a free Roshan. This is Aegis and Cheese.
Got it.
Maybe not. Okay, never mind. I guess it's taking too long. They don't have the greatest Roshan team. God Strength is wearing off there, so. Yeah, it's not going to be one. Mad Lads, almost for Mad Lads maybe even thinks that they're still doing it. It's in a tree and they realize that's not the case, so. The death on Sand King, not as big of a deal then. Sitting on the uphill. Do they have a smoke? They do not. Just simply hoping to catch
Dire's
somebody
bottom barracks
in the
are under
area
attack.
scouting it out. But Mad Lads, a little too smart for that. Koikva's charging in.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
That's now an AC finished. Go with the Shadow Blade Saint Yasha.
That's exact.
Gonna have a look at the talents. Tiny is level 20, minus 7-second tree grab again. Sven, 25% lifesteal.
Invisibility.
Do they have 2 pipes? They do, wow. Sand King also has a pipe now. Yeah, that's right, to go with Nature's Prophet. Tusk? Oh, all right. Apparently Madara is just diving into the base. Tusk was not ready for that and can't blame him. They know Venomancer's over here, looks like. Yeah, they know exactly where he is. They're going to stun on top, and Oliver's here as well. That win response. Gonna come in with the Ice Blast, the Epicenter, but he's sitting on the ledge. The toss happened, even the Aeon Disc will proc. Arman's getting low. Out comes Hassan, though, but he's a distance away from over here. He's trying to let Sven do some damage, but Sven just stuck here on the cliff because of the toss-up initially. He's going to put the stun onto Tiny. Finally, Sand King stuns away, and now Sven just being locked in with a Hex. Oh, the position of the fight there was not the most ideal for the Dire side. Absolutely not. And now it's the Radiant's turn to go into Roshan. And probably kill it for themselves now. Whether it's getting trapped in the sprouts or trapped on a cliff, this Sven is having clearly a lot of trouble.
Double damage.
Staying mobile in these fights, and I see the idea of Battle Fury being brought up just simply for the Quelling Blade. Like, yeah, I mean, that's just even the Quelling Blade alone. At least having it in his backpack, perhaps, just for a saving grace, may not be a horrible idea, but Madara's going deep, man. Got that butterfly, the heart. He's feeling good. Sven's not up for 15 seconds. He has a buyback, but not using it here. Nagasaran somehow staying alive. The song will be activated very defensively. They just song and then GG. Yeah, realizing it's a lost cause. Game is over. Game 1 going to Mad Lads. I gotta say, Madara's MVP. That it was a great team effort. I mean, I don't even know if I should say that because it really was a great team effort. That one fight at the Dire Ancients that happened 10 minutes ago or so, that was just beautiful. The locking down Sven, the Naga Siren, because again, if that doesn't happen, if Naga gets off to sleep especially, you know, that could have been so much of a different fight, but not the case. The lockdown from the team support around, and Madara doing his thing on Phantom Lancer, carrying like a boss, knowing his limits, helping to lead a victory. So again, it's just a one game here in this best of 3, but still a 1-0 lead for the Mad Lads over going in. All right, guys, so going to take another short break, but we should have game number 2 just around the corner here. This is the MDL European coverage. Once again, I'm BreakyCPK. Stay tuned. Game 2 coming up next.